Good bloody thing. Anyway, today we're going to make scrunchies, as you can tell by the title. And let me just get it up on my computer so I can see all the comments. That was a mission. Right. There we go. Perfect. Hello, Mother. Of course, you're the only one here. Right. I'll just go and post it. Done. Morning, Helen. We're doing scrunchies today, just because we can. And because I had a request for scrunchies, so I figure, why not? Morning! Oh, we got Cindy and Marion. Hello, hello. Ugh. So, this little box, I have actually been meaning to do and get rid of. So, the fact that you guys wanted a scrunchie video works out really well. Because we're doing scrunchies like this. Aren't they cute? Hello, Deborah and Kathy and Hua and Sandy. And I am sorry if I pronounce your name wrong at any given stage. I promise I don't do it deliberately. Oops. So I did some ordering. I've decided on... I had this thing where I decided I wasn't going to make any clutches. I have now decided on 2 patterns that I absolutely must make. One is like a clutch wallet. One is a clutch. So this morning at 6 a.m. I was on the internet ordering more new hardware because apparently I can't help myself. It's fine. Hello. Yes, scrunchies. You guys asked for scrunchies. The scrunchies we are doing. So what I actually do is I make a scrunchie and earring set. So I've got the scrunchie and then this bit will be for the earring. So we might even pull out my earring stuff if I can be bothered. So the scraps are that. The size scrunchies that I make are 20 inches above. That's not it. Right, they're all earrings apparently. Scrunchie, earring. This fabric is actually really cool because you can get a lot of like superhero characters per earring. Right, here you go. This is actually one though. So it is 20 inches above 5 inches. Or it should be. This one's not quite cut yet, but you get the idea. Morning, Amanda, Vivi, and Leslie. Hello. So you cut them at 20 inches. So from 5 inches of fabric, you should get 2 per width. Depending on if you're just making them for funsies or to sell. I usually do all of this with a rotary cutter. But I missed a bit and that's fine. So that I will turn into like a whole bunch of earrings. So scrunchies are pretty easy. There's like 8 different ways to make them. But this is the way I do them. So we're just going to fold them right sides together. Hi, Maria. And I'm going to start about 1 inch from the edge. And I'm just doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm not doing anything fancy. You don't need a huge seam allowance for that. Oh no. See what I mean by tension issues? We're going to do it again today, apparently. Awesome. Can't wait. Nothing but dramas with my machine. I found that, so this is currently perfectly set to sew bags. But apparently my machine has now decided that one tension does not suit all and I have to change everything constantly. Oh, hi, Dina. So I've been having issues with like stuff. I broke my cylinder arm machine yesterday. Let's loosen it, see if that's going to help our cause. I broke a screw when I was trying to change over the plate, but it's a specialized screw, so I have to call up the place where it's made and order a new one. So let's try this again. I have loosened off my tension, and hopefully that is now not going to eat the fabric. Might do a little bit more. Oh my god, I should have got my domestic. Unfortunately, if I don't change the tension, it's not going to work. It's just out to destroy my sanity, I swear. So, we'll just get out the domestic. So I keep my domestic in a dust-proof zipper case thing. I got this for like $10. No, I didn't make it because you can't make it for $10. And it's got like a solid piece of wood in the base, which I think is very cool. Hello, everyone. I give up on the tension for fabric. I'm not in the mood to play with it. So we're just going to switch over to a domestic machine. Move all my fabric over there. It also means that you guys are going to come and move back to where I actually had you at the start of the day, which is there. Because I don't want to play this game. So this is just a very basic domestic machine. There's nothing spectacular about it. The only cool thing it does is a one-step buttonhole. It's Brother. I love Brother machines. Right. And we have liftoff. So my green machine is actually supposed to only sew lighter weight fabrics. It's not technically designed to do bags, but apparently I've set it to this magical whatever I've done, so it only does bags. Can't win them all. Right. So let's do this. Also, basically, half my machines need a service as well, which is not helping. My embroidery machine tension now also has issues, so I have to physically hold the thread because otherwise it's too loose and gives me grief. So that tells me that it needs to go and have a service. Morning! So I'm just going to unpull my very loose stitching. It's so loose, I can actually just grab this and almost gather it because it's too loose. 20 inches long by 5 inches wide is the size of my scrunchies, and it's going to make a scrunchie like this. That's what I like. You can obviously make them bigger if you like thicker scrunchies or thinner scrunchies or more scrunched scrunchies, like World's your oyster. This is just my go-to because you get 2 per strip. You basically just cut the strip in half. Did I make the green jacket? No, because I still can't get the thread because I'm in lockdown. Lucky me. So I've not made my jacket. When I make the jacket, it will be a video for you all. I do still have a whole bunch of clothes cut out over there. I was going to do a luggage tag today, which is by KM Designs, but then I remembered you guys want to see scrunchies, so I'm doing scrunchies. And that is where we're at. So you just want to start down a little bit from the end. And oh look, it's working fine. Yay! I just don't like this machine, it's so loud, I feel like I can't talk over it. That's alright, Angela. I haven't really got very far. Basically, the whole start of the video was me not working my green machine. And backstitch. So I'm leaving a gap at both ends of my tube. So I didn't sew that bit and that bit. There's a reason for it, I promise. Just bear with me. Right, I need my little pokey stick. People that make scrunchies for a living, I have actually discovered that they get a stick like this and they have a base so that you can just push. So I'm going to have to hold it between my legs because I don't have a base. And I'm going to grab the end and then just push it on the stick, and it turns itself inside out. So this is a flute cleaner. It's a wooden flute cleaner for like the musical instrument. It is the best turny pokey stick I have ever used. Coming in at a close second is one I accidentally bought the other day. I bought my child a recorder from Woolworths for $8, and you get a cleany stick for that. So this one's got a little bit more pointy ends. So if this is not doing the pointiness, you can get this one. So the stick, I believe a lot of people started buying the flute cleaner on Amazon in America, or you can get it from like any, what's it called? Music shop. That's what I'm trying to say. Ugh. We also need some elastic. This is the only elastic in my house, so this is what we're going to use. You can use any thickness you want. There is no rule. However, when using elastic, always pre-stretch it. Because even though I've done that, that is now wider than when I started, and you don't want to make it too soft. I cut 7 inches. You can cut whatever you like, and that's going to be my scrunchie. You can cut more, you can cut less. There's no real rule. There's no magical number. It's kind of whatever you're feeling. And I'm feeling 7 inches and 20 inches and 5 inches. Right. So now what I want to do, making sure there's no twist in that seam, we're going to bring them together, and I'm going to sew the end together. So the short 5-inch end. So the other short 5-inch end. We're going to backstitch. And it does get a little fiddly, not going to lie. But that's why we leave a gap. You always want to stop with your needle down and then just bring it around. It will go around, you've just got to do it in sections. Which, while it's slightly annoying, still, this is how I like to make scrunchies. There's like a million other ways. You can sew the end together first and then kind of double through. This is just how I do it. And backstitch to the other end. So now when you pull this, you have a loop. A loop is the word I was looking for there. So now I just need to put my elastic through. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. My child was playing with it and broke off the cool end stopper bit, so it might not actually work out the way I want. Nah. I can feel it getting caught, so we're not even going to bother. What we want to do then is thread it through. Now, if you've got a safety pin, that would be handy. I do not have a safety pin. I don't know where my bodkin is. I'm not overly prepared for this video today, if we're totally honest. Oh, and it's all twisted. So you want to try and keep the fabric not twisted, if possible. So I can feel the end, so I'm just working it through without a bodkin or a piece of elastic. It would be a lot quicker if I had one though. Not gonna lie to you. If you plan on making 50 scrunchies for Christmas presents, go and buy a bodkin. It's like a fancy thing that will thread elastic. Oh! I found a safety pin, so that's going to be way easier. Basically, you just want something to grab onto, so that's why we're going to use a safety pin. But I would, if I was making lots of scrunchies, I do everything in bulk. So I will bulk cut, and then I will bulk sew, and then bulk do the little ends, and then do all the elastics at the same time. It does ultimately save time. Rather than doing one complete one, each production sewing is always quicker in the long run. I'm hoping it's a nice day today. I have at least 2 orders I would like to finish, and I would also like to go horse riding today. But I'm not going if it's cold, because nobody can be bothered doing that. So I'm nearly back to the start now. The elastic is 7 inches. And there's the other end. So you can do this next bit a couple of ways. You can tie it off in a knot, or you can stitch it together. Hi, Laurie. It is your personal preference. Tying is quicker. Sewing is flatter. Your choice. So I'm going to just overlap them about 1/2 inch and then shove it under the machine. And I'm just going to go forwards and backwards over that 1/2 inch overlap. You probably won't be able to see this. There we go, under, down, and we just forward, back. And this is going to hold it in place for me. So I'm just zigzagging across. So I have zigzagged. It's not neat, but it doesn't matter, because when I pull, it disappears, and I can't feel the join. So there's no knot that I can feel in there, and I like that. But again, personal preference. Knots are quicker, less fiddly. So now all I have to do is sew up the little hole that we left, which is usually about 1 inch. So you can hand sew this if you want it invisible, but I'm lazy, so we're not doing that. So I will just tuck it under, and if you need to, grab some pins, and I will just top stitch that tiny little area. You want to try and do it in a matching color, and I'm going right on that edge so that it's very minimally seen. And a back stitch. Lift her up. So there's only like 1 inch of stitching. The other option is you can actually stitch all the way around, but scrunchy. It looks fabulous. In the tub. Hi, Claire. Welcome to my lives. I ramble a lot. I shouldn't laugh. It's actually true. So my elastic is, and I use this for all elastic that I use ever, 12 mil. So 1/2 inch. I bought a 30-meter roll. So I do this in all of my pants and the dresses and elastic hairbands and just everything. I don't need lots of different type elastics. This works. It's just me though. I don't like to have, I know my room is full of stuff, but I do try to keep it to a minimum, except for all the hardware I buy. I bought 10 mil D-rings, so they'll be coming soon, and I've bought them specifically for the subscription boxes. Ah, there we go, that's a big one. I'm just going through what's big and what's going to be turned into earrings, and we might do some earrings in a minute, because it doesn't look like I have a lot of scrunchies. Ooh, ooh, Harry Potter scrunchie. And that will get matching Harry Potter earrings. There's another one. So these are all the scrunchies I have to do. And then I can get rid of one more tub. Yay! They're 20, right? They look 20, yeah. I'm getting a lot better with the organized chaosness because I am clearing out stuff. So my cupboard that you always see in the background when I'm standing at my cutting table, that brown cupboard with all my fabric is now also where the waterproof canvas lives in like 5 of the shelves, which means I have 5 shelves less fabric than I had at the start when I got the cupboard. I'm very excited about that. It is my mission to not hoard so much fabric, because if I hoard too much, I can't go buy more because I won't have room. It's also not very cost effective to just keep it in a cupboard. So I am trying to work through all of it. So it can be any length you want. Mine are 20 inches long, 5 inches deep, with 7 inches of elastic. And I'm going to chain stitch these. Very annoyed the green machine didn't work. This feels like it's taking forever. Where's my pen? So right at my knees is my cupboard of thread. I actually should get a custom proper cupboard made that fits perfectly under here. That'd be cool. Hi Donna, we're making scrunchies. Lots of them. Well, not lots. I've only got like that many more. One out, and we're chain stitching them because chain stitching is quicker. Line up the end, and then off we go. Tricky, but they are time consuming, as you can see. So the green machine, I did start on the green machine. The tension doesn't want to play ball with cotton, and I can't be bothered fighting it because it's technically set up for the bag that I'm halfway through. I'm doing a altered version of Stella by Swoon with my really nice new brown, dark brown faux hide vinyl stuff. I really like this color. I kept myself a little bit. So it's set up for that, so I'm just going to leave it. Well, it's technically not the Pacifica standard normal vinyl. It's the Pacifica textured faux hide in antique dark brown, but that's just a mouthful to say. So that's a custom order. I've got lots of custom orders that I've got to get done. I'm doing a zip around wallet today for a lady that wants half Elvis and then half like rockabilly fabric. So I'll be doing that after that bag, and then if that all gets done, I get to go horse riding. Or I might just go horse riding anyway if it's nice enough. I've only got 2 more. I just made a Stella yesterday. I like Stella. I have started designing an overnight bag. After my orders, I'm going to take a break from orders on the order board, and I'm going to design like 6 patterns. So my pattern testers, if you are watching, they are just going to come flowing out of me. That will be my, and I will get all the patterns enough for this year and January, and then I might go back to orders. I've already got a video for the zip around wallet. I was going to do it today, but it wasn't prepared. And I've gone and updated all of my Billy 50 videos to put the link to the pattern for anybody that was wondering about that. So that's all been fixed as well. If you are a beginner, I do not suggest the zip around wallet. It is fiddly and a little bit tricky. Can be done. It's just, no, this one looks too long. Binding is always quicker. So my handbag that's about to come out when I finish writing the pattern, I'm still only halfway through. When I finish writing that pattern, nah, I don't think I like that fabric. My handbag that I'm doing is a barrel bag, and I was going to do a drop-in lining, and then I remembered that I hate drop-in linings, so I've bound it. It's got binding instead. I have made peace with that fact. I don't hate binding. I pre-iron it, and then I only have to sew it once, which makes me very happy. So the next bag that I do will have binding. The bag after that is going to be the subscription box, and it will be having a turn lock. The one after that will most likely be the overnight bag. Then after that, I've got a wallet clutch that is inspired by my friend's wallet clutch that she brought over and showed me because she's obsessed with it. And I'm like, ooh, I could do something with that. I make you smile. That's good. I don't like drop-in linings because a lot of machines can't get all the way to the end because of the way that they are designed. If you don't have a cylinder arm, or you don't have a domestic that's industrial enough to do it, you can't get all the way to the end, and I hate hand stitching, which is why I hate drop-in linings. Just if you're wondering about that. Because the way I put the handles on the bag, they're riveted on, so you have to put them on before you finish. Anyway. I've also got another kind of barrel bag, but it's going to be squarer and it's going to have different style handles, and I have plans, and the hardware for that showed up this morning, so that's exciting. There's so many bags I want to design. They're all in my brain, or I've half written them down, but I haven't had time to like fully write a pattern. So I promise I am trying to get to it. Basically, I'm going to finish this order list, of which, by the way, Mum, I have made one of your dresses. The second one is cut out. So they should be finished soon too, which is on my order board. Technically, they're in order. I love binding on bags. I can basically bind most of the bags that you see. You can alter them to bind them. I just don't do that because not everybody likes binding. But if you go and look at like Louis Vuitton bags and all those fancy ones, they have binding. I have checked. Because it's quicker, and that's why they do it. Well, I didn't release a pattern this month. So I need to get onto that. And I now have 2 tester groups, so I can technically design twice as fast. Maybe. Alright, so there's all my loops. Now we're going to sew all the ends. If you do everything in bulk, it's just quicker. Hi Gigi, it is 20 inches by 5 inches, and the elastic is 7 inches. So we're going to join there to there. I think I'm going to do little earrings with these ones. They will look very cute. Or maybe I'll do a combination. I don't know. We'll see. Because it's such a small circle, you have to stitch the little bit of flatness you've got and then pull it around some more to get some more flatness. Like so. Now the top stitching, I will have to keep changing colours on these because they won't all suit greyish blue. Like that. If I put greyish blue on that, it's going to stand out like dog's balls. So that one will most likely get a pink if I've got it, or a white. I don't have a lot of colours in my normal threads. I've got all the colours in bag making threads. Can I place a design on the scrunchies? What do you mean? I mean, you could put whatever you want on the scrunchies. You just won't necessarily see it because it's scrunched. But you could. You could sew strips and have it like house colours or team colours or whatever. Oh, let's try that again. Line it up. Stitch till you can't stitch no more. Put your needle down and then pull at the fabric to readjust. And then all you have to do is pull and all the raw edges go to the inside. And this is scrunchies, people. Easy, tedious, monotonous, but it will get rid of the tub, which I am excited about. One less thing in my space. Because I slightly rearranged again in here the other day. The what my heat press is now sitting on is now a 6-cube like shelf thing. So all the shelves can have containers of other stuff, like my scrap bits of vinyl and my personal use of waterproof canvas. So I've taken it out of the cupboard and put it in tubs instead, so that I could keep all of my other stuff in that tub, and then I had to move all my new hardware over to the same space. Basically, my life consists of constantly rearranging my room because I keep buying more stuff to sell and I need spaces for it to live. It's what my life has turned into, but that's okay. I have ordered more waterproof canvas already, because you guys sold out of black, and I reckon the next lot will go pretty quick. I've got bubble coming. I've got pink coming already. Well, that's cool. I'm on TV. Hi, TV. Ah. Yes, I'm ridiculous. Oh, does that mean I'm famous because I'm on TV? The answer is no. It's okay. Oh, this one's being fiddly. Hey, Guinevere. I hope I said that right. To be fair, lots of people call me Veronica. Everybody gets names wrong. It's okay. Oh, look at me. Hi, Delia. I've got 3 to go, and then we can do elastic. Does anybody have any questions? I feel like now that we've started this, you kind of get the point. I am famous. Oh my goodness. If only. So I sell my scrunchie and earring sets for $10 and then I can put them on sale because I'm essentially just using scraps. Like something that was left over and there's not enough left to make a bag or a clutch, I turn it into scrunchies. So it is essentially just my scraps. So I sell the set for $10 and then sometimes I put them on sale for $7.50. I think most people sell their scrunchies for around $4 to $6. And then they do a deal if you buy multiples. So $4 each or 3 for $10. And then people buy multiples and you have less stuff hanging around. So the elastic's 7 inches. Hi, Nikki. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Helen. I could type, but currently all the scrunchie pieces are all over my keyboard. Because again, I'm not very neat. It's fine. Just gotta pull it around. It is very fiddly, but it's worth it because they look cool. And now that I have a box safety pin, it's going to help a lot. Yeah, like a little bobby pin there. So this was Spotlight. And then the others are leftover fabric from custom orders and stuff. I'm never really neat to begin with. I cleaned my cutting table twice yesterday, and if you could see it now, you'd still be horrified. Because I've started cutting out the zip around wallet, so I've just got pattern pieces and fabric everywhere. And then the lady that wants one of the other orders for one of my new bags that you guys have only seen, I need to use her bag as part of the instructions because I miss taking photos of parts, which is why it's taking so long, because I have to cut and do another whole bag. Alright, we are done. Stretchy headbands. So you could do something similar, leave a gap and put elastic at the bottom. Or knit fabric stretchy headbands you meet, because Allie and Mac, or Mac and Me, or something to that effect, has a free pattern to make like a stretch headband. Hi, Nick. I don't make them because I don't have stretchy fabrics. I sew in cotton, so all my clothes have elastic or zips. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to the live. We are making scrunchies. 2, 4, so I've got 7. So what's that? That's 4. There you go. Ellie and Mac. Comes up in my ads. I get a lot of sewing ads stuff on my Facebook. Probably because I sew so much. But with stretchy fabrics and stuff, it's easier and quicker to overlock them because the overlock has a little bit of stretch in it. And then you just sew together the last little bit. Okay, elastic. Ooh, I just got an order. I just saw it pop up then. Who's buying patterns? I can tell. Every time that you guys buy something, it pops up on my phone, makes a cool noise. Makes me so happy. I'm like, yeah. I know that's ridiculous to be so happy, but whatever. Also, those of you who are not yet in my Facebook group, you should join because I have a competition going. It's from now until October. Anything that you make out of one of my patterns can go in the draw into the competition to win a $100 voucher to my website. I won't be the only judge. I have organized some people that I know to help me judge who's going to win, but there are 3 prizes. So the first one is $100, and the other 2 I currently don't remember. I think there were 2 $30 ones or $10, or I don't know, but there's 3 prizes either way, and you can enter as maximum I think is 14 times because it's 1 per pattern. So one lady's made like a heap of stuff, and it includes the 2 free patterns as well. So you can do minks and pouches, which are also free and can be found in my Facebook group. All right. Take that off. Overlap it and stitch it. So I'm going to stitch these one at a time just so it doesn't come undone because I can't be bothered pinning it. If I'm going to pin it, I may as well just stitch it. Is my theory. It doesn't have to be perfect. Back and forth and back and forth. There's no magic number of that either. It's just until you feel like it's about to stay, basically. Voila. I can actually probably stitch this one shut with this thread. And then that's another scrunchie. Oh, and my tail's all caught. That's right. I can fix that. Right. Scrunchie. And then if you want to, you can actually pull the seam into the inside like that. So that seam that I just did is now in here. So you can't see it from the outside. And it'll be against your head, so you won't notice it. That's another option too. Mum knits and crochets. So there's actually some of her crocheted tops on my website for sale. They're like cool summery ones. Yep. Make sure you hold on to this end. If you've got a second pin, you can actually pin it there so it won't run away, but I tend to just hold it with my little finger. They're just fiddly. That's the only problem with scrunchies. They are super fiddly. But they are using up scraps, and I don't like to hoard scraps in my house either. About once a year, I go through all my scraps, and anything too scrappy, I give to kinders and schools because they can like cut the animals out of it or whatever. Make collages in different colors. So I try not to hoard too much stuff because there's a limit, right? It's all good to keep your scraps because that's money and you don't want to just throw it in the bin. But on the other hand, if it's going to sit in a cupboard for 2 years as a scrap, you may as well just give it to a kinder or a school because that's not worth it. A little scrappy piece of fabric living in your house for 2 years, just get rid of it. So this is 1/2 inch elastic because it's the only one I've got in the house. And I use what I've got. Yeah, I forgot to put the templates up. I realized that this morning. I've got to go and find how much they cost me. So I promise I will try and do that today. Also, I've got to send him the measurements and he's going to do gypsy templates. And you can buy them like large or small, so you won't have to buy the whole set of both sizes. You can just buy the one that you use the most, because generally speaking, the small one is more popular than the big one. I see a lot of you make small gypsies and not large ones, which is fine. So I will be getting the templates done for that. So at some stage, you know, in all my free time, I have to sit down and do that, as well as the orders. But we'll get there. I got inspired by gypsy driving on the way home one day from Shepparton. And I'm like, oh, so whatever bag I was designing at the time, I stopped literally so I could design gypsy. This is not. There we go. Grab the end so we don't lose it. Also try not to twist your elastic. My kid loves Mario at the moment. He's a little bit obsessed with Mario and Toy Story. It's like his thing at the moment. So I get to a certain point where I then turn it around and thread it with my other hand. I don't know why, I just find it easier, I guess. This one is not threading as nice. I'm not sure why that is either. It's starting to irritate me. This is also why I don't make a lot of scrunchies. This bit annoys me. The bigger the safety pin you've got, the better off you'll be. All right, there's the other end. Voila! This might be my last one on camera, and then I think I'm going to give up. I'll make the rest later. Besides, I've been on here for like 45 minutes. And what have I made? 3 scrunchies? 3 complete scrunchies. And chop. You just pull and then do that, and it kind of evenly distributes everything for you. I'm so happy I don't have other hobbies. Like, I have my horse, and that's it. I don't think I could cope having any more hobbies going on. I don't have time for more hobbies. Alright, there we go. And then I'll just pull so that that seam is on the inside. You just kind of flip it around. Get rid of the floating threads. I don't enjoy making scrunchies. I do it because it's a good scrap buster. People like scrunchies. I don't really have the patience for them. Mainly for this part, but if I had a bodkin, it would be much quicker to thread the elastic. This is a really tiny safety pin. Oh, that one's threaded. I can sew that one. But yeah, so there's 4 more there, and then I'll do matching earrings and stick them all up on the website. The point mainly is to get rid of that tub. I want less tubs floating around here. Just tuck it in, squish it down. And backstitch. Pull her out and done. couple of different ways to do scrunchies. There's one where you do it, and then you got to put the fabric around it, and then you sew the end. But by doing that way, the reason I do this way, if you do it the other way where you join the two ends, that seam where I've joined it becomes really stiff and rigid, and it kind of sticks out like a lot, whereas this one's a lot more flowy. But if you do it the other way where you shove this side into that side, that bit there is like permanently stuck out unless you hand stitch it. And we all know how I feel about hand stitching. So, anyway. That's that. I will do the other 4 later. But that's scrunchies. That's how I do scrunchies anyway. Again, there's like a million different YouTube videos of all the different ways. I'm sure you could go and look up. But I like doing them that way. Just with a longer bodkin type thing so that I can thread it through easier. That definitely helps. My paws. Oh, my drink. But yeah, so I am going to go and do my orders and hopefully go horse riding because it is sunny outside at the moment, which excites me a little bit. But I hope that was helpful to you. I did a little live because it's Wednesday. I always try and do a live on Wednesday for you. But thank you for popping in. I will endeavour to get all the computery, uploaded-y stuff happening this afternoon. I have to finish this bag first. I'm up to the part where I join all the sides. So I'm nearly done. And the strap actually looks really nice. That's what the colour brown looks like in real life. It's a nice brown. I really like this strap. I feel me making another bag out of this. Anyway, alright, I'll see you all next time.